Well, this morning brings us to a reincarnation reveal that I never see any of them coming. John, praise be God and Mother. We are here this morning, Lena and John. We've been talking about the program, and John has been making me watch the program, My Big Fat Fabulous Life, and it has been a trip for me to watch because I've been putting this girl down without even realizing it. I've been fat shaming her in my mind and somewhat publicly in yesterday's video. And I want to take this moment to say that it is indefensible. Anything that I said about you, Whitney, is indefensible. I apologize. I just want to apologize for any type of shaming that I might have aimed at you for doing the program that you're doing. You were Dorothy Stratton. Right now I am speaking to the energy of Dorothy Stratton, because from what I can understand, Whitney Thore, which is the same essential energy, is still waking up, right? She is in the process of a spiritual awakening, yes. And this reveal is aimed at helping her, yes. And that once she absorbs this reveal, her persona as this Star 80 Dorothy will start manifesting more and more physically. John, we don't need to go into the Star 80 folklore mythology story of Dorothy Stratton. It's well documented. She was murdered in 1980. Whitney Thore is her reincarnation, born in 1984. Both are daughters to Lena and myself. A daughter. And Lena, you want some revelations about what you spoke about of initially. You didn't come out and shame her, but you were not very empathetic, and you are an empath. And I was not surprised, but you are learning a lesson from this, right? As a fat woman, because no matter how much weight you lose, once you've been a fat woman, you are always a fat woman in your mind. That's the way the world is, and that's the way you are conditioned to think about yourself. And there's always the danger of becoming a fat woman again. And whatever I said about Whitney and the things that she does on that show, these would not be my personal choices. I would not do them. You guys see that I'm not even comfortable being on camera. I am very private. Even if I'm having a great day and I look fantastic, I don't go on camera. I'm sorry. It's just not. The most you get to see is my foot. Some old videos you can see, but I kind of look whacked out in those, so don't even bother. But getting back to Whitney, aka Dorothy, whatever disdain I aimed at you, I am a self-hating fat person, and that's why I did it, right? It almost has literally nothing to do with you. It's just like, how dare she be comfortable in that skin when I'm so uncomfortable, when I have that extra layer, right? But we all have our reasons for growing that extra layer. In my case, it was abuse and being afraid of being pretty. Innately, even as a young child, wanting to repel advances from the male species. In Whitney's case, she was Dorothy Stratton, and her extraordinary sexual appeal, which you can still see in this woman. You can see it. I can see it. And her extraordinary sexual appeal as Dorothy Stratton is what got her abused, beaten up, and eventually murdered. Right. And so she came back to try the mission again, and she gave herself the extra challenge of having a very difficult time losing weight. That's the other thing I failed to have empathy about. I, even despite starvation diets my whole life, had a lot of trouble losing weight. My body would not let go of it. She seems to have the same syndrome. The only thing, and that's brought on by extraordinary stress, anxiety, and subliminal crap that you're not addressing. Your body goes into fear mode and holds on to that weight, especially around the belly. And she's got it bad. I'm sorry, Whitney. I apologize for anything negative I said about you. And I'm looking forward to viewing. I'm only up to season 5, so I kind of jumped the gun. I might jump forward a little bit just to see how you're doing more currently, and I think I will do that. But before any of that, before viewing, I have to say you're like me in so many ways. Your love for animals, your deep empathy for other people, and your struggle to have empathy for yourself. John's crying because we love you and we know you well, and you could have had it all as Dorothy, and it was snatched from you. And now in this life, you're determined to make a mark in the most challenging of circumstances, and you're doing it. Good for you. You're brave. You're really brave. Braver than me. You put it all out there. God bless you. It's amazing. And you're gorgeous. 100% gorgeous. That's true. And I wish you nothing but the best. And your twin flame is out there. And I know who it is. But we're not going to talk about that right now. Okay. But your twin flame is out there. And the connection is being made now. You can say it. Honey, your twin flame was Orson Welles. And he's back on the earth now. But I don't yet know who it is. But another extraordinary soul. And if you look at their faces and think of Orson Welles, well, here are just 9 o'clock. I just hit 9. If you look at some old pictures of Orson Welles, you can see it. You could see the resemblance, the shape of the face, the eyes. And I guess we are going to soon find out who he is in this life. Much the way we just found out who Whitney is and was. And I am guilty of being prejudiced against fat people. I think most fat people, I don't know if most fat people are prejudiced against other fat people. I don't think it's that they're prejudiced against other fat people. I think it's because they hate themselves, because they hate themselves. So they see themselves in that overweight person and they're like, oh, That's disgusting, you know? But I had immediately more sympathy for her when I found out she was Dorothy Stratton, because I thought of that image. And that's wrong. Yeah. That's the wrong way to be. I could finally have sympathy for this image because she used to be that image. That's not right. And I have to change my thinking too, because I'm the same way with myself. That if I'm thin, I love myself. And if I get heavy, I hate myself. And I can't have it both ways. It's got to be unconditional. Right. And can I say, once that becomes the unconditional state, you never will have to worry about your physicality again. It'll always be perfect for you. Yeah, and I'm just about getting. I'm almost there now. I'm almost at an ideal weight and look for myself. Almost. Well, yeah. There's a couple of things I would change. Well, there's always going to be a couple of things, but you're perfect. He's too kind to me. No, I'm serious and true to you. Thanks, John. But this is not about this reading's. It's just as much about you as it is about your daughters and your daughter. Well, I am very grateful for this opportunity, for this reveal, and a little bit overwhelmed. So, how do you feel about? Well, let's read what the I Ching was just before we went to bed last night, because we only just did this reveal this morning. Right. And the I Ching is number 45, Gathering Together. The power of gathering together is represented by a rally where each individual's strength is magnified by the collective power of the community. For instance, history has shown that mass movements can bring about stable, ordered, and durable conditions for the better. This reading may be pointing to an auspicious time for large group events or undertakings. The guiding force of a shared vision is essential to align unified forces and keep your people advancing toward a common goal. Any time of gathering together is a time of potentially great power, which can be either positive or negative. But everything is magnified when masses of people join together for a single purpose. When many people unite behind a single goal or strong vision, it is wise to take personal precautions, protecting your reasonable self-interests, because these can be easily lost in the melee of the crowd. So hold on to that individuality, and we didn't pass this information along so that Whitney should lose herself as the entity that she now is. However, she should keep in mind, and she should know with utter certainty, that this was the body she once possessed, and she will have that body again if she opens up to the awakening. I have one last thing to say, and this is John. Your mother is thrilled beyond words. She sends you so much love. She's yelling, opportunity is yours now. This is the last puzzle piece. And I am with you always. And so is Mr. Piggy. I gotta love them because they had a pig, yeah. Which is my dream, yeah. My dream! Ask anyone. Well, he's up there. You can't see him, but I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you too, honey. And we love you, Whitney/Dorothy. And we'll be back later with lots more from Lena and John. Amen. Amen.